bullshitting.
We here though.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Coney with the BS. And I'm not talking about the BS that you normally would think. I'm talking about my man's, the number one, the one and only, the BlakSmith.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
Yeah. So this is it, man. This is the first one.
Yeah, man.
Coney with the BS.
Yeah, we had the Big Sean, intro there.
Yeah, we got the Big Sean. What you doing? Throwback talking about, my day ones that know about that. So a lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah, it's a little old.
We getting up there, man. And that's pretty much what we want to bring to this podcast is something new with a little old flavor. We getting to that point now where we a little vintage. We got a little.
I like that word.
We got a little seasoning to us now.
We're vets.
We're vets. And if you don't know about us, that's cool because we don't know about you yet. And that's the whole point of us starting this whole thing, to create a community.
Absolutely.
We're from Detroit. We get to explain a little bit about each other. I'm Coney, or go by DConey.
Yeah.
Daniel is my first name, and most people in the city of Detroit know me by just D or
Right.
DConey.
Right.
Me and the BS have known each other. The BlakSmith have known each other for quite a long time. But I come from an art background. Been an artist since forever. We've been scribbling together. You remember the old school days? Doodling.
Yeah.
And that's carried me throughout my young adult to now our season journey, where now I'm into more of the Comic-Con life and comic book, now movies and everything, which we'll talk about, that type of lifestyle. This guy right here, to my left, is something of an anomaly, and I get to call him God Brother because we done grew up from, the height of this desk, you know what I'm saying?
True.
And you come from a slightly different, aspect of creativity and such, where you have more of the music. I got a little bit of music, I played an instrument, bass, and shout out to my bass people, but you went the whole nine, the whole rapping, MC, cypher type, tell me about that, man. Let them know.
It is. It's great to be an artist in the city of Detroit, as you know. I have more of a musical background. A lot of people ask me what instrument do you play? I don't play any instruments.
Right.
I consider my instrument my voice. From a very long time, I remember being on the phone with girls and be like, "I just love your voice." So I feel like that part of that is my appeal, right?
Right.
A lot of people know me as MC BlakSmith. I've been MCing and doing poetry in the city for over a decade. And shout out to all, the people that I've touched and that have touched me, and we've been able to kind of grow in this scene together. And so the reason why Daniel and I came together is that, we both are very strong advocates for art in the city of Detroit. We wanted to be able to vocalize that, and hopefully kind of bring some more awareness to the Detroit art scene, because it's popping.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
this is kind of like our table. We're going to call it the wood table. We're going to bring it to the wood table. But it's just something that we thought that would be kind of, in a sense, a place for us to kick it, catch up, talk about what's going on now. Versus, not even versus, but just in a nice mirror of what we grew up on. There's a lot of nostalgia happening right now. I just was telling you before we hit, live here that, I just checked out Aladdin. Shout out to Will Smith, Naomi Scott, and the whole cast of the Aladdin crew. I forgot my man who played Aladdin. Oh God, that's terrible. I gotta look him up. Again, this is what the show is about. Me and you used to be watching Aladdin. Catch this, dog, for all you 90s babies. Me and this guy used to watch Aladdin on VHS, homie. Rewind that part, rewind that part, physically.
Rewind that part,
rewind that part.
Man, you were such an Aladdin fan. I remember it was maybe your 12th birthday. You were like, yeah, we about to watch this Aladdin King of Thieves,
bro,
on my birthday.
Dog, and That joint was so garbage.
No, the movie was trash.
The movie was garbage.
The fact that, yeah, we was hyped. It was the trilogy. You know, it was the end of Aladdin. You know,
man,
how was the movie though?
Mina Masood. That's the guy who plays Mina Masood. My bad, bro. I got something for you. I'm gonna draw you, bro. Like I gotta do some art because you killed it. Everybody did an amazing job. Everybody did an amazing job. For those of you that were worried about Will Smith as the genie, no, he killed it. Knocked it out of the park in a different way. The movie did a really good job playing to the nostalgia of the first or the original cartoon. And a lot of actually literal nostalgia they put in the movie, which we could appreciate. So just the feel of it. It kind of felt like a musical at parts because, you know, those Disney movies back in the 90s had a lot of songs which, you know, are like staple songs for those pieces. So it was cool for them to kind of walk through that. So it did kind of have that musical feel, but I rather that versus them trying to go too deep in artificial character building, even though it's artificial, you know, content, but, you know, just kind of going too far with the character building and doing something weird where it's like, that's nothing to do with the story.
Right.
And then Will Smith, like, he brought the Fresh Prince, you know, that whole 90s feel anyway, that it was like, it's not Robin Williams, but it fits the loudness and boldness of a Robin Williams.
What would you give it as far as like a grade if you had to grade the movie?
A grade? And now I'm grading this kind of lightly, like in the sense of the scope that it is a Disney movie kind of remaking the classic, which they've already knocked out of the park. So it's not like they have to remold it again. So giving it that, I would give it like a good B+.
Okay.
B+.
Okay. Aladdin got the B+.
B+.
From DConey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah. You a hard critic, man.
I'm a hard critic. And I kind of want to stretch. I'm going to say A-.
Yeah, so you just gave it a boost?
I'm going to give it a boost.
Okay.
A-. I'm going to put the little ding in there. A-. Not an A and not an A+, but it's definitely an A. It was solid. It hit all the points that it needed to hit. They didn't lean on some of the parts that people wanted them to, and they didn't do a very key thing. Last battle didn't do what I wanted them to do, but they did something that worked. I figured they kind of put all their money into getting Will Smith in there anyway.
Right.
And then I'm probably gonna do a review on that separately.
Nice.
So congratulations, man, on everything that's building. I know you got a lot of things popping right now.
Yeah.
I mean, personally and in the music world. I mean, first congratulations,
Thank you.
on getting married, man. Taking that huge step.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. That's how you feel.
Feeling good, man.
Yeah. That's good
feeling
stuff.
like, you know, when you cross a certain milestone in life, it just allows you to be even more creative. Like that part of your life is nice and stable, and so when that happens, it's like you have more capacity to do the things that you always wanted to do. And so for me, I'd like to, you know, definitely put out my first solo project. A lot of people know me as somebody who works in groups or works in collaborations. I in the past, I've even considered myself a serial collaborator.
Serial collaborator.
Oh
boy, like
I mean, where I like connecting people. I like working with people. If I can help you and you can help me, that's something that I know a lot of people pride me as somebody who's like, oh yeah, Brent. You know,
now that's real. That's facts.
Yeah,
I know that to be true.
Yeah.
Sure.
So for me, it's like I'm 32. You know, I'm married. I'm expecting my first child on the way in October. I want to have something that's like mine. So in some ways, like
that's
me putting out a solo project would be, you know, selfish in some ways, but not in the vein of serial collaboration or always trying to work with somebody.
I think like with those of us that our parents, like we know, like now is probably the best time to do that too.
Oh yeah.
Now everything's kind of like in the incubating stage. It's like, are you good? No, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, go ahead and do it. And matter of fact, you got something coming up, an event.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that you're headlining as well in June, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So in June, kicking off a music series. It's going to be called the JOURN series. It's going to be 3 acts. myself, BlakSmith, Mike Phelps in the Plug, and Chill Infinity Records. And my whole thing is, the barrier for seeing great art in the city should be lowered. Yeah. So if that means like having some great talent and not charging anything at the door, like I'm willing to put that investment up and make sure that people see this art.
That's what's up.
Sometimes we make that ticket too high, and it's like, well, man, am I gonna go to this show or am I gonna pay my phone bill?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just want to be able to kind of like really premiere great Detroit art because there's so much out there. And so this will be my first of several showcases that I do within the city. It'll be at Young Village, June 15th, 7:30 sharp. And then I got a special guest host.
Right here.
Special guest host and a special guest DJ. When I make the announcement, people are gonna go crazy. When you step up in the venue, you're gonna be like,
I know you put that kind of concentration.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm excited, man. I'm excited to do some things in the city. It's about to be a great Detroit summer. Nothing better than a Detroit summer.
That's on a Saturday, right?
It's on a Saturday.
Saturday, so it's gonna be right in the middle of June. Those are a good day downtown.
Yeah, man.
So
it's exciting times in the city. Exciting times in the city. We got Techno Fest going on right now.
See, that's what I'm excited to learn about because I've had some people. Hire me to paint them for Techno Fest. I'm like, y'all get down like that at Techno Fest? They're like, you ain't know. I'm like, no.
I'm sorry, movement.
Yes,
they don't call it Techno Fest.
They don't call it Techno Fest. I was like, what is movement? Like, I don't know.
Like, what movement are you talking about?
I don't know. Like, you gotta be specific. There's a lot of things going on out in the world today, so there's a lot of things that everybody got a movement. So, but everybody got a movement. You know what I'm saying?
When you said movement, I was like, hey, did somebody coerce you?
I don't know. Movement. Like,
movement. Where we moving?
What movement? Who you with? Who sent you? You know what I'm saying? Like, peep this though. It's crazy how with social media and technology, like we joke around like who you with now, like what movement, social movement are you with? Back in the day, all we had to worry about is the Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at the door on a Saturday, like and Friday, like you know what I'm saying, like the Ice Cube joint, like that's all we had to worry about.
Who are you worried about now? I'm curious.
Man, it's like everybody has a movement, and it's like either identify with a movement socially, even sometimes politically. And I've even been faced even in personal relationships for different views of opinions. Like, oh, you believe that? Or that's how you feel?
Okay.
Or that's who you represent?
I see what you're saying.
Or you're just like, dang, it's a lot of different movements that divide us sometimes when they're supposed to bring empowerment, And it kind of brings interesting conversation of how are we able to be empowered? Are we only able to be empowered in one way? Are we able to be empowered in multiple ways where it's like, yo, I may not pull from that empowerment, but I respect that you do. But I don't pull from that empowerment, so I don't need to take that flavor. Or vice versa, even politics and things like that. It's a lot of black and white lines that sometimes maybe I think should be gray.
Coney just got super deep.
Dog, I don't know where it's at.
We'll be covering a lot of different topics going on in art, obviously music.
We try to keep it light, art, gray and black and
Coney
white.
is gonna be throwing all these '90s references that people aren't gonna really catch.
But it's just it's not even like that. It's all wrong. It's just it's amazing how time changes things. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope. But I think it's going to be a cool opportunity for us to explore things like this. Because this is part of your new branding. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm digging. You got the photo shoot and everything. And we kicking off the podcast. And, we got some things individually popping. I'm shooting off the new website and the new push of coming back to the other YouTube show I got going, the All or Nothing show. And so it's a lot of branding here that I think we'll be able to talk about, kind of compare and I think expand to other people. Let us know about your branding. Let us know about your business. Let us, about, your favorite thing from the 90s that you see coming back today or that you would like to see come back today. I think there's a lot of that going on, which would be cool in the next couple of weeks that we talk about. Anything that you excited about coming up as far as like music, movies, pop culture, anything like that?
I'm excited about. I'll be traveling. I'll be traveling to Florida next week. I'm excited about that.
Florida. You want to see any of the amusement parks or?
I think we just gonna be cool, on vacation, while everybody else is doing stuff.
Yeah.
We'll use that time to kind of retreat and just do our own thing off the grid.
Don't do like a Tiffany Haddish joint where you go to the Everglades and. See the alligators and do the whole Will Smith joint.
Right.
Man, that's crazy. It's crazy how stories put people on. That story got her the Groupon joint.
Yeah.
That's old news, but you never know. You can have an experience and then talk about it and you
Absolutely.
get a deal.
Absolutely.
Boom. Bing.
Absolutely.
Why
Absolutely.
not? We drinking Jack Purvis. Because Jack Daniels.
Yeah, so I'm excited about traveling, and then as far as music's concerned, I'm just really heavy on the local scene in the city of Detroit. Again, I just think we have a lot of talent musically. Are
there any not to interrupt, any events or things that we should look out for locally in the city in addition to the JOURN event?
I would definitely check out Jessica Care Moore and her event happening. It's called SALT. It's taking place at the Wright Museum.
Shout out Jessica.
It's actually happening in the same week and weekend of that whole Juneteenth festivities. But that'll be at the Wright Museum. That's actually going to be directed by Aku Kadogo, who's a beloved Detroiter, now at Spelman, I believe, University, teaching theater. But she's coming back home and producing a production with Jessica Care Moore. So that's definitely something I should check out. I'll do a better job with preparation and making sure I have all those listings for you guys that are looking for things to do this summer.
But this is just kind of the beta joint. This is kind of kicking it. We bringing everything that we need to the table. We're going to chop this up into video, audio, just something that we can kick it and talk about. We'd love to hear from you. Some of the comments that if either one of us locally in the city or like what we're talking about, drop us a comment right here in this section of this video below. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the content, and we look to see you in the next video. This Coney with the BS.
Hey, man.
And we'll see y'all when we see y'all.
We in the house.
Peace.
We in the house.
I like that,